Okay, so I forget what frickin' issue this is. Sorry. I think it's issue 12. I have no frickin' clue. So, Christ. Okay, so I have nitpicked art on the cover for a while. Okay, some of the weird looking art, some of the funky art, and generally it's only been because I just needed to find something to talk about because, and I needed to add some humor to my videos. But today we got a legitimate problem here. Okay, so where is his shoulders? Okay, where is he? He clearly has shoulders here, but for some reason he's gone. And oh yeah, what the hell is this? Is that an alien? Because apparently she does not look anything like that here at all. He seems to be the only one decent in the group. So, really, after this panel here, I think, I'm not sure, but after this panel, or at least this panel and maybe one more, the art just took a crap. It is horrendous. Okay? Horrendous. You got characters that look like freaking blobs. You got people without shoulders. You got that's pretty much it. And the art here looks fine. Now the question I have to ask is, why exactly can they not settle for one artist, or at least have a consistent stream of artists that they can go back to that are actually worth using, rather than constantly switching off to ones that are unknown, that are known, unknown, and pretty much just throw it in the wind. I have no clue who the heck this guy is. Where did he come from? You know, the art in issue 12 or issue 13. I have no freaking clue. I think it's issue 13. Was just awful. It's awful. It looks terrible. It's ugly. In this part of the comic right here, I have a lot of arrows, so sorry if you guys are being convoluted by all of them. All of those, let's just say, good panels that you see right here. This is a good panel right here. The character design is good. The art's okay. This is the good panel, and then immediately the bad panel follows, and we are just looking at a train wreck in terms of art. You see, my problem with the art. Okay, and I'm not gonna lie, I just noticed this today. Well, actually last night. But when I looked at this, I found how hideous this is. Okay, another YouTuber actually talked about this. His name is BizKit Rebellion. And I honestly am not at all surprised that they're. Uh, actually, I probably am, but yet again, I'm not. I'm not really surprised that the artist is being changed out yet again for like the upteenth time for this freaking series. But what, please, tell me, what is that? Compare this to this. Do you not see a difference? Okay, do you not see a difference? Do you not see a difference in proportion? Do you not see a difference in actual structure? I mean, somebody obviously screwed up the comic, the art style in this particular, part of the book. And it looks horrendous. It looks hideous. It looks god awful. And, not to mention that the storyline for this whole entire freaking Teen Titans comic book has been really screwed up. But the art has also been not so well it hasn't been great. It's been very questionable. They've been swapping out artists. There's one issue. I don't remember what issue it was, but all the characters legitimately look like freaking geometrical stick figures. I'm not kidding. And here we're now getting like deformed blobs. I don't understand what exactly was happening unless she was melting for some weird reason. I have no clue. Now, granted, the panel after this one did look better. It did. The characters actually were structured pretty well, but not as good as this one. Yeah, this comic book has kind of become utter cancer at this point, and apparently she's suffering cancer too because she is somehow turned into a blob, and he somehow got his shoulders pushed into his body, so he's probably like a unless he's coming out like mid transformation. I don't know. I mean, are we supposed to assume he's, mid transforming back to human? I mean, he clearly wasn't anything in this panel here. You can see that. I can see it. He looks pretty decent. He looks normal there, and for some weird reason, his shoulders have disappeared or have sunken into his body. You know, when you're going to interchange and change out artists, please at least make the characters look decent enough. I mean, the contrast between this artist's version of Raven and this artist's version of Raven is so drastically different. Okay? It looks horrendous. What happened? I mean, I can understand some artists might have some issues drawing in, I don't know, backgrounds or getting a character here or depth, but you would think that they would have at least a basic understanding and know, well, I can at least make it look like this and maybe, get it here. Yeah, it might be a little out of place. Make it look like freaking this. And yet again, I have more arrows all over the screen. What I'm trying to say. What am I trying to say? Fix your art. Fix your art. Please. And it sucks. This whole comic book has not only had a bad story. Yes, in some comics it has been good. I will say the first comic was pretty good. And then after that, it just kind of had a downward spiral. The art sucks in some areas of this comic book series. It really does. And the story, God forbid, is horrid throughout the whole entire series. Yes, some comic books have their moments, but yet again, overall, the story just feels like it's going nowhere. Or it's being constantly retconned or changed to suit the investors and the big buck billionaires that are sitting up there saying, we gotta change this because we need more money. I understand how business works. I understand that people need money. But I also understand that when you make crappy products and you expect people to buy the crappy products, and then when people do buy the crappy products, you think it's okay to make the same crap product again. That isn't right. You make a piece of crap, people buy it in droves because, well, people really want it and it's a really well known franchise or series or whatever. And then when they buy it, they can't return it. And because they can't return it, it's considered a final sale. And you think it's okay because tons of people bought it. Do you get what I'm saying here? Same thing goes for, there was a scene in, what was it? In Straight Outta Compton. If you guys know what I'm talking about, they were smashing the discs, and one of the guys came up there and said, I don't care. They bought the disc. I got the money in my pocket. Screw them. That's pretty much what's happening here. Not just in comics, not just in games, not just in television. It happens everywhere. People make crappy products, and once people buy it in droves and they have their money and there is a no return policy, they will indeed just go ahead and keep making crappy products. It happens, and when it happens, it is crap. However, there is good news. Though the art style sucks, apparently a solicitation has shown that Will Pfeiffer has been kicked from the project, or at least has temporarily left the project, or left Teen Titans, and somebody else is going to be taking over. I don't remember his name. I'll look it up. I'll probably put a link in the description to a website or maybe DC's solicitation as to who this will be. Or maybe I'll just show a picture in the thumbnail. I don't know. But the story, the new writer actually does focus on character development. So that's a plus. That's actually good. That's something that we've been asking for since this whole entire thing started. And now we're getting to the point where it's like kind of like, oh well, it's kind of FUBAR at this point. But I'm hoping that maybe we aren't too FUBAR and this thing can recover. See you guys later.